Hello, my friends. My portfolio has changed a lot over the years, and the improvements have always led to higher pay and better clients. But I asked myself, if I had to start from scratch in 2025, how would I do it? That's the question we're going to set out to answer in this video. We'll take a look at where my portfolio has come from and the insights I've learned along the way. We'll also dive into some hiring manager data to see what the hiring managers are looking for. And then I'll lay out my full plan for building a portfolio this year. I'll get into the exact projects I'd create and examples of those projects. I'll share the process I would use, the tools I would use. We're going to get into all of it. So if you're working on your portfolio this year and you want to make sure you're standing out and landing better opportunities, then this will be a good video for you. So now that we've taken a look at where my portfolio has come from, let's talk about what the industry is actually looking for, because I didn't have this data that I have now back when I was getting into the field. So the industry is looking for people who can apply instructional design theory to design effective learning. That one you can pretty much take as a given, right? That's a core aspect of being an instructional designer. They also want people who are skilled with popular tools. So Articulate Storyline 360 is by far the most in-demand tool, especially in the corporate space. So yeah, if you can show off that you know a tool like that, you're going to be in good shape. And I think that also is what did help set me apart and did help me build that successful freelance business, because when I was talking to these agency owners and stuff about Storyline versus like Captivate, which was more popular at the time, they were like, oh yeah, 90% of our client outreach is about Storyline projects. So getting that feedback from people who had been in the industry longer when I was new definitely helped me prioritize what to focus on. They also want people who can grab attention and keep people engaged. I think this bullet point right now is like more important than ever, because there is a lot of boring e-learning out there. There's a lot of boring training. It kind of gives our field a bad reputation. So if you are able to actually create something engaging that's going to draw people in, especially hiring managers on a portfolio site, it's going to really speak to your ability to do that for their audiences. So definitely want to make sure that our content is engaging. Also, the industry wants people who are tech savvy with good visual design skills. Not every instructional designer is tech savvy with good visual design skills, but as my visual design skills developed and as I showed off like more technology and how to make these e-learning projects do things that they can't do just out of the box, that really helped spark attention in the industry and to signal to people that I can create professional e-learning projects. So, and the data we're about to take a look at reinforces some of this stuff. And then now in 2025, which is new here, AI definitely was not a thing back in 2017. But yeah, the industry is looking for AI forward problem solvers who can communicate well. So we're looking at how to produce results. We're collaborating with different stakeholders to create those results. We're knowledgeable and tech savvy, so we can actually develop the solutions that we need to create. If you can do all of this stuff, you're like the super instructional designer, and your portfolio is gonna be pretty strong if you can show off all of these different pieces. So let's take a look at the data I have to back this up. So in our last hiring manager survey, we asked instructional designers what the top skills are when they hire instructional designers. So the first one was, of course, the ability to apply ID theory in science. Communication skills are pretty high up there, and e-learning development skills. So if you're pretty solid with these three, you're gonna be able to create a pretty strong portfolio site. So feel free to take a deeper look at that hiring manager report if you'd like. We're probably gonna do an updated one later this year, but yeah, based on that data and some of these insights, your portfolio project should solve real world problems. So you'll see in the report, that's actually one of the top things hiring managers look for when reviewing portfolio sites. So you want to show that you can identify a lack of knowledge or skill that's causing a real problem at an organization, for example, and then design or develop a learning solution to address that. So we have full videos on that. I'm not going to dive too deep into that here. I also have a tool I can share with you a little later that will help you do that. But yeah, we want to make sure it's solving an actual problem. And we need to, of course, grab and keep people's attention. So you can have like the best design and best thought out learning experience, but if the way you're presenting it to us is kind of dry, and if I'm going through that learning experience and I'm bored and I don't care about that topic at all, it's not going to make a great portfolio project. But if you can, change things up, use an engaging tone, and use either interactions or videos or questions to kind of hook people in, even if it's a topic they don't care about learning, like hiring managers, for example, who might have no idea what your training course is about. If you can keep people's attention, it's going to really do some work for you on your portfolio site. And I've found generally that a good way to do this is to create projects about stuff that you're passionate about, because that passion shows, right? If you're like, oh, I have to do a project about corporate communication, so let me go and do my research and present it in a good way. Yeah, you could probably show off your process that way and create a pretty solid learning experience, but it's probably going to be received differently than if it's some hobby or something that you're actually really passionate about and can get a bit more creative about. So these projects should also show off articulate Storyline 360 skills. And I'd also suggest artificial intelligence, just because that is like the talk of the corporate world right now. I mean, I know it's big in higher ed too, but yeah, it's saving instructional designers a lot of time. We're seeing it pop up in more and more job listings. Check out my video from a couple of weeks ago about how to use AI to become an instructional designer if you're interested in that. But yeah, these projects should highlight those skills to show that you're, tech forward and efficient. These projects should also look polished and professional and have intuitive navigation. So if people are confused about how to go through your learning experience, that's really not gonna bode well, because they don't want their audiences being confused trying to go through a learning experience. So clarity is really important. And then it should also look professional, right? If it looks kind of amateur, then that's not going to reflect very well on the brands of the people who want to hire you. So visuals are quite important for portfolio projects, I would say. So let's talk a bit more about that passion piece. So maybe this is an exercise you all can do. So I'm just going to list a few things I'm passionate about, because this is generally a good starting point for portfolio project ideas, I'd say. So instructional design, of course, if you're here, you're probably also passionate about this. Artificial intelligence, right? I've always been interested in the tech. I've always been interested in writing, and now I can use tech to generate writing to be even more creative and efficient. It's a pretty, engaging development for me, I'd say. Pickleball. So, we've had some friends who have been talking more about it in the past couple of months. My wife and I tried it a couple of weeks ago and got hooked, and we're playing it almost every day, and it went too hard even. But yeah, so a hobby. So pickleball for me is my hobby of the month. Video games. So I've always been a big video gamer. Play a game called Wild Rift on my iPad lately, if anyone else plays that. It's like League of Legends, but for mobile. Personal finance. I know I've always been helping friends and family with credit cards and credit scores and savings and retirement and all of that. And advanced e-learning development. Yeah, I've always been interested in the tech stuff and using the code to make things, to make the project more capable or have more unique features. So I decided to kind of take all of that and put it into this Become an Instructional Designer bot that I showed off a couple of weeks ago. So we kind of trained it on our process generally. Seems like y'all have been getting some good use out of it. But I fed this message to it. I said, what are some good portfolio project ideas for me I'm passionate about? And then I listed just the same things I put on that slide. And it's pretty funny because it suggested some things that I came up with on my own, which I'll show you on the next slide. But yeah, if you want to try this, feel free to and see what it comes up with for you. It suggested an AI for IDs course, an AI ethics e-learning module, a pickleball basics scenario-driven module to teach the rules, techniques, and etiquette. Some of these actually sounded fun to create. An immersive practice simulation. So yeah, check it out. I might give some good suggestions for you. I'll link to that in the comments, and you can check it out in the video from a couple weeks ago. But here are my quick win projects I came up with, right? So you might hear me talk about flagship projects. We're going to talk about that here just because those ones alone sometimes help people accomplish their goals in the industry and show off all these in-demand skills. But sometimes it's nice to have a quick win project that you can create in a day or a week that isn't going to take you a month or multiple months to create. So the quick win that I wanted to do was, like an e-learning to teach the rules of pickleball. So I've been introducing it to new friends and new people. I've been having to teach those rules over and over. So already my wheels were turning, and I'm like, I need to create an e-learning module for this so that we can teach people this at scale. So that's a real world problem, right? People who are new to this game don't know how to play it. They're just hitting the ball around. But if we create this learning solution to help teach them the rules of the game so that then when they show up on the court, they can actually follow those rules and keep up with what's going on, we could talk about that process and present this solution on a portfolio to show hiring managers that, we know what an instructional designer does. We're using those skills to make an impact in the world. And I thought it would be fun because, we can use pickleball inspired visuals and interactions, right? Like the lines on the court, the blues on the court. We could have like interactions where you kind of like click on a ball to like hit it over the net with your paddle, like lead into like the next question or something like that. So there's some cool stuff there. And we can also demonstrate solid instructional design foundations to show off that we can use that ID theory. So we could follow Gagne's 9 events, for example. We can include practice and feedback throughout, make it nice and interactive. We'll use a nice engaging conversational tone instead of something that's like overly like textbook and kind of like putting people to sleep. And this is all research backed. So we have other videos about this on the channel. Maybe check out the introduction to instructional design video if you're unfamiliar with some of this stuff. But that would be a solid quick win supporting project, I would say. I could make it in Rise 360 if I want to make it really fast and make it more information heavy, or Storyline 360 if I want to make it a bit more custom, show off skill with this most in-demand tool, and make it more of a slide-based experience. So that's my first project to probably do. This one too, a custom GPT to help people learn instructional design theory. So a custom GPT, if you're new to it, that's basically what I showed you here. So we created this custom GPT that's trained on our process to become an instructional designer, and then we can make it available to the world. So I've learned from doing these like AI project workshops in the bootcamp that this is probably the best AI portfolio project to start with. It covers like all of the basics of using AI to solve problems. Like you have to actually identify a problem where a custom GPT like this would be useful, maybe for like employees at a specific job, maybe for doing something specific for your hobby. But you have to identify an actual problem AI can help solve, and then you have to write an actual really good prompt that is going to help people so that they don't have to write a similar prompt. So you get to dive into that prompt engineering skill set. You get to iterate on the prompt. You get to test it and see where it's falling short so that you can, make it better. And then talking about that process and showing off this bot on your portfolio site, I think would go a really long way at showing like hiring managers, for example, that you're AI ready. You can solve real world problems with AI. And then of course, it's even better making it about instructional design theory, in my opinion, because most portfolio projects, if you don't know where to start, if you make them about something instructional design related, like covering a theory or a model or something like that, it's going to serve as a good portfolio piece because it's showing that you are comfortable with instructional design terms and theory and stuff, and you're comfortable using the tools to bring a project like that to life. So, and it would just be valuable for the industry. So it would probably get some buzz. So I would create a custom GPT that would help quiz people on instructional design theory to help them, create more instructionally sound learning experiences. So those would be my 2 quick win projects. And again, I suggest everyone do this. I think you actually might need to pay like the $20 a month to OpenAI to make custom GPTs. If you're interested in this, talk to me. Maybe we could find out ways for you to do it for free if you want to like do it through our account, and we'll credit you or something like that. But it is a really low hanging fruit project that lets you practice the core AI skills that I think will go really far in a portfolio in 2025. And then the Flagship project. So you've probably heard me talk about Flagship projects before if you've been on the channel for a while. It's essentially a scenario-based e-learning project. It's story-driven. It really immerses us in the experience and lets us see the consequences of our choices. So they do really well on portfolios because they are very engaging for people to go through. It's kind of like a game. But now with AI, we can enhance that Flagship project. And instead of giving people multiple choice options about how they like to proceed or what choice they like to make in the simulation, they're going to be able to type in what they can do AI role playing essentially. So I'll show you some examples of this. But yeah, we want to show that the flagship project generally should solve a real world problem. I'll show you how to use this really cool custom GPT that Sabrina made to help with this. We want to engage the audiences with storytelling. We want to show off our Storyline 360 and visual design skills. So this would be built with Articulate Storyline 360 just because, again, we want to demonstrate skill with that most in-demand tool. And yeah, we'll simulate realistic practice with the help of AI. So it's even better now what we can do with these flagship projects now that we have AI to help us. So my idea for a flagship project would be to immerse the learner into a scenario where you're the instructional designer and you need to guide a client away from wanting a course and towards a more appropriate business solution. So this is a common issue in our industry where if you're the instructional designer, it might come to you and say, hey, I need a course on soft skills. And then you can say, okay, well, what is that course going to help us accomplish? Like, what are we trying to solve here? And that can lead into some deeper conversations about business goals, performance problems, and it might help you find more appropriate solutions that might not be courses. So yeah, I was thinking it would be cool to build a practice scenario or a practice experience where the learner, the instructional designer, can practice having these conversations with the clients. And again, it's better now because instead of giving the learner 3 multiple choice options, we can actually type in what we want to say to that client. So AI can role play as the client and serve as the evaluator. So yeah, we can have these AI personas who respond to us dynamically, and then we can also have the AI give us feedback on how we did during that conversation to help us improve. So yeah, AI is making practice a lot more efficient. If you're having a hard time picturing this, I'll show you this clip from the AI haunted house that we did a few months ago. So I might include something like this in my portfolio too. I would update the visuals because again, I was doing this to try to make sure I could get the development working. But yeah, check it out. I'm Alex. Who are you? You can't leave until we talk. Uh-oh, we want to get out of here. So what should we say to Mr. Alex the Ghost? Should I identify myself? I come in peace. My name is Devlin. People usually just ignore me. Okay, so it's some inception is going on with these different videos, but yeah, you can kind of talk back and forth to this AI person. Sorry, my headphones just fell off my desk. But yeah, you can talk back and forth to this AI persona. And yeah, check out that AI haunted house video if you're interested in learning more about that. And let's talk about project ideas too. So I want to show you this custom GPT that Sabrina made. So it's called What's the Performance Problem? So Sabrina is an instructional designer here on the team, and this bot generates these detailed fictional business scenarios. So if you're trying to come up with a good client or a good idea for your portfolio and you want to make sure it's solving a real problem, you can use a bot like this. So let's check it out. I said, yeah, I'm an instructional designer for a regional brewery because again, you just give it either a role or a company or an industry and it will generate the rest. And then here we go. We have this Hop Haven Brewery. It specializes in craft beers, has 300 employees. Our audience is the sales team, which consists of 50 people, and they are struggling to articulate the unique selling points of the seasonal craft beers. So yeah, so this will give you a lot to work with if you're trying to come up with your portfolio project. So I'll share a link to this in the comments. It's free to use, and maybe I should put in like a pickleball and see if anything good comes up. Let's see, Ace Pickleball Sports. They handle pickleball equipment. The customer service team is our audience here, and they don't have sufficient knowledge on appropriate uses of our expanding product line. So again, you could play around with it. They might not all be perfect, but it should definitely give you some good material to work with. I have a few other ideas for you here too. So I think this will always be a solid first portfolio project if you need something fast. Create an e-learning experience on a single instructional design, theory, model, approach, etc. Again, these work really well because you show off that instructional design knowledge and you show off your tool knowledge because you're bringing an e-learning experience to life to demonstrate that. So Yeah, check out the intro to ID video if you want to get inspiration there. I think I even have like an example. Like this is one of the first things people create in the bootcamp, this ADDI tab interaction to learn the basics of Articulate Storyline. But you can also learn about the ADDI process of instructional design while you go through that. So yeah, it's visual appealing. It's simple. Again, you can develop this in like an hour if you're new, maybe, give or take a little bit. But yeah, this would make for a really good, solid first portfolio project. It might not be the most unique or impressive thing, but it's still, it still checks the right boxes. And then you could also go even further and do a gamified e-learning experience with AI assets. So if you've been watching my previous videos, I've been talking about that a lot, like the different ways that you can show off your AI skills. And one of those ways is to generate AI visuals or AI sound effects and things like that. So I want to show you this e-learning project that we've created. It's included in the bootcamp now. It's in the Storyline course, the Storyline Project Lab. So you're going to be able to create this on your own. But it also highlights the use of AI pretty interestingly. So let's experience this together. It's called the Digivoid Chronicles. Okay, we wake up in this unfamiliar world. The sky looks strange. We're disoriented. The world feels off. Uh-oh, we just lost a heart too because we're so disoriented. Okay, so we need to watch our health to stay in the game. And now we hear a voice crackling to life. So let's see. It is Sprocket, the cute robot. You're awake. You must be confused. My name is Sprocket, and you're in this digital limbo created by the glitch. So you can see here we're setting up these the storytelling, some gamification elements with the hearts. And if you're wondering about this, yes, Sabrina helped create this. We've been bringing this alive with feedback from people in the bootcamp over the past like month or so. So yeah, we've had a lot of fun with it, and we're gonna get into the AI stuff shortly. So we're saying the Digivoid, the glitch. Yes and yes. We don't have time though. You need to get out of here. How do I get back home? Well, the glitch controls everything, and that's nearly impossible. So to get back home, we have to defeat the glitch. So there we go. We have a villain to defeat. We ask how we're supposed to do that. The glitch's biggest weakness is knowledge. If we can learn how to see through its tricks, we can disrupt its control over the Digivoid, but it doesn't play fair. It'll distort everything you see. So it blurs the lines between what's real and what's artificial. We ask where we start, and then Sprocket is going to help guide us through all of the traps. We don't have much time though. The glitch is getting stronger. So here we go. Okay, Sprocket notices this area looks different, and Sprocket suggests we try grabbing one of these crystals on the ground. All right, Sprocket, we'll give it a try. This one just had some weird space butterfly fly out, so we'll try this one. Okay, in the Digivoid, only reality will guide you home. So choose wisely. Which one of these is AI generated and which one of these is real? So I'll give you all some time to check these out. Which one should we pick? We're going to go with the one on the right being real because this man's fingers have something funky going on with them, if you noticed that. All right, Sprocket noticed that and showed the difference. Okay, we're going to keep moving. Okay, so this place has crystals on the ground too. Oh no, a weird, creepy spider thing. Oh no, a moth. Okay. Deception is everywhere. We have to choose the real sign. Go this way for the best chance at success or proceed ahead for maximum success. Which one is created by a human? We'll go with this one. Okay. The other one was sounding too hard to sound smart, so we went with the one we chose. That's tough though, because the AI text is like, you can definitely get it to seem human. Same thing with all of this. Like when Sabrina was generating this stuff, she's like, it's honestly getting hard to generate stuff with enough of an error that it's like obvious to the human eye. So yeah, we've come such a far way in the past year with generating these AI assets. But okay, these traps are getting tougher. Uh-oh, do we hear that? Uh-oh, there's a creepy laughing going on. It's the glitch. Stay alert. Now we have our boss battle. Okay, the glitch is impressed, but not for long. We're only human after all. We're not backing down. We got a heart because we're so brave. And so let's see. Now these weak spots are going to appear. We need to hit them fast. The glitch has a health bar. So again, these little gamification elements, these can add moments of delight. So I think that would be nice. We have this little tooltip here. Let's go for the knee, right? We always got to go for the knee. Okay, so the glitch is going to test us on AI videos. Can we tell which one is real? So do y'all have any guesses here? We're going to go with this one being real because this thing down here is kind of like going off the tracks weird on the left. So we're going to click on the right one. We got the glitch. Okay, something about that didn't feel quite right. The glitch is mad at us. So I could keep it going, but it's similar stuff. So if we go here, if we go on the chest, we have to choose between which one of the voices is AI generated and which one is human. I think you get the idea, but I like this as a portfolio project. Again, we're gonna show you how to make this one for all of y'all who are in the bootcamp, and you could switch out the assets, maybe switch out the story and make this your own. But yeah, it's a good way to show that you're comfortable generating AI assets and working with AI content. So yeah, if y'all have any other e-learning project ideas, let me know what you think. These are the ones that I would do. Yeah, I've done iterations of these in my past portfolios. If y'all want to see any of my old portfolio projects, if you want to do like a teardown video or I like critique them, let me know. That might be kind of funny. But when it comes to creating the actual website itself, I would just use Squarespace, right? Like I use a Webflow right now, but you have to know a bit about web development to make the most of Webflow. Squarespace just makes things so easy. And there are competitors like Wix, and I think Weebly is probably still operating. But these little quick website builders, you just need something simple. And then on there, I would feature your project or your projects. If you have multiple, I would make sure each project has a process write-up so you could talk about your role in the project and the process you used, the tools you used, so on and so forth. I'd include an about page to let people learn more about who you are, what you're passionate about, what your experience is, and then a contact page just to make it easy for people to contact you. So I think we're at like 40 plus portfolio examples on the showcase now. So you can go to devlinpeck.com/showcase to check those out. I think I also, let's see. Oh yeah, I pulled up Squarespace here just because they have all these templates. Like, you know, you could do I would probably go with something like this, like nice and simplistic, and you can build from there. But yeah, they have pretty good ones. So I'd also suggest working out loud. So a good way to do this is to create stuff that's valuable for other instructional designers. It doesn't have to be, but when you make stuff like that, it's easy for people to share it. It's easy for other instructional designers to remember who you are. And even if you're new, that doesn't mean that you can't create something that's helpful for us. We all benefit from refreshers on different models and theories and things like that. We all want to practice our skills and keep our skills sharp. So if you're building, cool practice things that help you, I promise you, they're probably going to help other people who are in the industry or trying to get into the industry. Talk about your process publicly. So this is on LinkedIn posts, community posts, even comments on videos like this, blog posts on your website. Like wherever you have an audience or see the potential to grow an audience, you could be talking about what you're doing to learn, sharing resources that you're finding that are valuable for other people. As you can imagine, this has really changed the course of my career, my business, my life. Just doing stuff in public and on camera. It doesn't need to be on camera. It started as you saw it on some blog posts. It really helps. So just share whatever it is that you're making, put it out there, share it with the world. That is going to go hand in hand with creating a strong portfolio because it's going to help bring that traffic to your portfolio site. And then also I'll extend this invitation because we have a bootcamp launch happening the week you're seeing this video actually, which is next week from when I'm recording it. But yeah, I've been helping people build AI portfolio projects and like AI enabled portfolios in the bootcamp. So every week I've been hosting these AI project workshops where we're keeping up with what people are working on. We're diving into some technical troubleshooting stuff. We're doing some advanced like coding stuff. But I'm looking for ambitious people who want to create these AI powered portfolios and show the industry what's possible with AI and kind of push the limits there. So The bootcamp also covers like all of the essentials like instructional design theory, visual design, e-learning development. It's made to help people who are beginners get up to a more advanced level with this stuff. But yeah, if you are particularly interested in the AI development and the AI projects, then I would love to work with you. So you could check that out and learn more at devlinpeck.com/bootcamp. And then finally, next steps, there's plenty of more free content to come. I think I might take a break for a couple of weeks from YouTube. I don't know. We'll see what strikes me, but it's been a lot the past couple of months recording every week. And then, but a JavaScript playlist. I've been hearing the rumblings about that. It seems like y'all want to see it. So maybe just keep reminding me, because if there's enough interest, I'm going to at least make a few JavaScript videos and see how y'all like it. That's probably what I'll do next. And yeah, I'd love for y'all to join us in the community too and show us what you create. So we share a lot of projects in there. I love when people share their projects and show off the hard work they're doing. So you can join that for free at devlinpeck.com/ID. And otherwise, stay tuned for more videos. I appreciate you making it to the end, and I will talk to you soon.